Rook b3. What a move. What is that? A lot of moves have been played, so we'll go super fast through the moves because it's getting to a key point in the game now. They start with the Nimzo, and now we have a solid variation of the Nimzo with white not taking any risks, just developing sensibly. Both sides playing normal moves. This capture is trying to make the bishop bad from the white side, and now asking the bishop what to do, expanding, and both sides developing in the normal way. This is aimed against c5, so you can take with an x-ray against the bishop. So Gukesh keeps it solid at the back with c6, and not much to report at the moment. Now the white knight heads for this lovely square, and Gukesh meets that by placing his bishop on a very firm defensive square whilst improving the rook. And now white tries an ambitious plan with e4. g6 played, so the knight is forced to go backwards, and Gukesh again just placing his pieces on the best square. That is maybe trying at some point to play the c5. Bishop d2, the last piece comes out. Gukesh develops his bishop, looking at d4, and now white makes a very committal decision. He decides it's time to do something. He could have played a slow move, maybe even this bishop's okay on f2. Well, you can't do that yet because e3. So you could play king h1 to get your king off this slightly weakened diagonal. That would make sense to just build up, but he doesn't do any of that. He goes e4, and this is a big move to play. If you can go e5, you're laughing. So if white can get one more move in, then white is doing really well with the f-pawn coming as well. So this is something that Gukesh has to avoid. He has to avoid white playing e5. So he's got to do something now, and this is why he's got into a bit of a think. How does he stop this? Well, I guess there's only two ways. You either open things up now by capturing, or you try some counter-strike. And the only counter-strike that is possible is c5.
That's literally the only way, because normally when you're fighting in the Queen's Gambit decline, black is going knight to h5 or doing some funny business like that, to try to get control over the f4 square. That's not really possible here. So, what? Gukesh will be calculating, and he's such a direct player. He's absolutely going to be looking at this. It's to strike immediately with c5. Now, it's funny because when you look at the move, you're thinking it's not possible because b takes c5. And look at that. You can't recapture because the bishop is hanging on b7.
But he may be able to recapture because he placed his rook on this square. So he may be able to open up things by taking here. And the point is, if you go rook takes bishop, which is obviously the first move you should look at, black counter strikes by taking on d4, and because of the pin on the knight, black gets a great deal of activity there. And That's a beautiful move.
Because if you take the rook, queen takes bishop, and wherever the king goes, the rook on c1 is going to be falling.
So this is a great tactic. If you go here, queen e3, we take the rook, and if you go here, then we queen e3,
king d1, and now surely you start checking. Queen, you can throw in another check again. You throw in another check, and both rook to e8.
So if we go back, rook e8, way to do it.
And now king f2, queen to e3, queen d2.
Nice. So this looks good. Winning for Gukesh. What a great b3 show. Great tactical alertness. And the problem is c3 is coming. And that is winning for black. You're going to have queen versus rook, but there's too many holes over here. Eventually will probably come in. I mean, can you even get that? I don't even know if you can get that here.
Probably try bishop e5, just to a queen d2 suggested.
So queen d2.
Well, the problem is that there's pins galore.
Rook b2. I might better take it this time, but I think we bring our queen to b4. Now I threaten to win your knight. Take c3, a move, and if you move the knight, I take queen, and I take the rook. It's actually all because the king is here. So if you imagine the king was back on g8, white might be able to something like knight e4, and if queen takes d2, you might have the move rook c8 check. Maybe, yeah.
Although, the drawing margin is pretty high in rook and pawn endgames.
Yeah, I think he's keeping pieces. Okay, we have a result there. Gukesh with a win, and Vladimir. Well, very good bounce back there for Gukesh. We were talking about that earlier today. When you lose a game, bouncing back, that's what world champions do. And Gukesh there. Playing just very well, spotting some nice tactics.
Finding a fantastic move, rook to b3.